Luigi doesn't jump when, like, you press the button. That's the main issue with this game. New Super Luigi U is a spin-off to one of the best-selling Wii U games, New Super Mario Bros. U. Now, this game has been released for about exactly 3 years now, which it does hold up pretty well with all things considered. Although this game is almost exactly the same as New Super Mario Bros. U, it does take a turn, as this time it's up to Mario's younger, less confident brother Luigi to save Peach and restore order to the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, there is a theory going around that Mario's actually dead in this game, as there are some facts to support it, as A, he does not appear at the opening beginning table, like, ceremony at the very beginning, and B, Brothers is crossed out in the title, and C, Luigi can kind of harness Mario's abilities after you defeat Bowser by pressing on a block. He can harness Mario's ability, which is kind of weird because it's almost like Mario, he's possessed by Mario's spirit, so a pretty chilling theory, huh? Now, as much as this game is almost a direct ripoff of New Super Mario Bros. U, there are a few positive differences, like how you can now control Luigi, who runs faster, jumps higher, and because of that, is more slippery. And that instead of Mario, you get to legit play as Nabbit. Like, what? And Nabbit is a pretty unique character in this game, as he can't take any damage unless you fall into a pit, and the items he picks up throughout the course soon turn into, like, lives by the end of the level, which is pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, the Toads are still present in this game as players 2 and 3, so, it's kind of just like, you know, any other New Super Mario Bros. Game. So that's a bummer. Now, after beating this game back in, like, June 2013 when it first released, I was really surprised on how much more difficult this game is. Like, how you only have 100 seconds now to complete each level, and the obstacles, there's more obstacles and enemies in your way throughout the course, so it makes it more challenging, and I was a pretty big fan of more challenging, because I do like my platformers to be more challenging. But at very rage-inducing moments, I was not a fan. So lengthwise, it might not be as long as New Super Mario Bros. U, but it does have you dying and crying a lot more due to the increased difficulty, because yes, I did have a lot of pissed off cats back here. So now that we summarized the game for several minutes, let's talk about the pros and the cons. Now, unfortunately, this game is almost New Super Mario Bros. U all over again, but does have a few slight positive differences, but other than that, the story is the same, the music is the same, the gameplay is the same, the world map is the same, the visuals are the same, the enemies are the same, and items, the story is the same, if I already said that, and the aesthetic is the same. But as far as the little differences go, I really enjoyed them, like how all characters play very well with no slow lag or slow frame rate. Also, I really enjoyed the, like, Luigi, the hidden 8-bit Luigi Easter eggs hidden throughout the game, as it made it, you know, kind of more fun to explore and find them, and make it more feel like a Year of Luigi game. Now, the controls for the Pro Controller really aren't that great, and they were added due to this game, because Mario Bros. U didn't even have the option to play with the Pro Controller, but yeah, they aren't that great, and throughout my playthrough, I actually found myself finding the Wii Remote having the best controls, which was really surprising, because normally I don't like playing platformers with Wii Remote, so it was pretty surprising to find that, and the Pro Controller just didn't really work out for the controls, so yeah, the controls might throw some people off. So now about like 50% of the people like the single player better in this game, and the other 50% like the multiplayer better in this game. So as far as going for 100% and getting all the star coins and doing everything, I found the single player a lot more fun by far, because you don't have all the other players slowing you down. You can go at your own pace throughout the levels, and it just makes it a lot more easy. And trust me, I know my crap about playing single player, because I've beaten this game 100% twice while single player, and I know it can be very rage-inducing, especially if you aren't that professional. And honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of the multiplayer in this game, as honestly, it's really tedious to have everyone keep up on the screen at once, all 4 players, if you're playing with 4 people, and all you see is players just kind of dying and flying around the screen. I'm like, what? what kind of game is this? It's kind of stupid, actually. But even with the tedious multiplayer stuff, there are a few benefits, like the bubble ability and the gamepad platforms.
I'm gonna kill all of you suckers.
Dude, stop, man. That's annoying. Oh my god, dude, stop. And it did get annoying to have, you know, everyone get in my way all the time. Like, I kind of wish everyone was like a ghost where you could just kind of swoop through each other. That would be a lot easier because I could just pass my friends without them getting in my way constantly, which was annoying. And you kind of have to, you know, jump over them or pick them up to get through. So I kind of wish you could just kind of delge through them. That would be a lot more fun. And I also kind of wish they went with the Yoshi's Woolly World kind of feel, to where you have the mellow mode for players that aren't very good and they're just beginning at platformers and just kind of want to take it easy and relax. And then you have the casual or classic mode for casual players and players that are more advanced and want to have a challenge. So I think in that game it works a lot better for multiplayer just because it's a lot more clever, if that makes any sense. And I guess it's easier for friends because there's Nabbit, who's invincible, but my friends suck as much as I do, so that doesn't really help out. Overall, guys, I think New Super Luigi U is a fun, harmless platformer that you and your friends will have fun going through. Maybe not 100%, but I guess the star coins and everything do add to the game. It adds a lot more playability, and I guess I gotta give it a lot of credit for that. And also, before I do the grade, because I know a lot of you probably are intrigued to see what I give it, I want to mention that this game was originally, when it first came out, a $20 DLC for New Super Mario Bros. U, which I think matches the price point perfectly. But then in August 2013, it became its own separate game for a $50 release. So that doesn't really work out, and I think of this game more as a DLC than an actual game. And it's really, I think you should only get this game if you enjoyed Mario Bros. U and want more of a, you know, more out of it, then you should buy this game. But otherwise, I don't know, maybe pass, or if you just like platformers, maybe you should get this game. But definitely get the $20 one as downloadable content. Don't get the $50 one. It's definitely not worth it. But with all that being said, guys, I'm going to give New Super Luigi U a 7.7 out of 10, or a B-.